To the Monroe County Industrial Development Corporation board meeting. It's August 14th, 2024. I call this meeting to order. We need approval of last month's minutes.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Kevin's here? All right.
They don't have your report yet because it didn't make the packet.
Thank you.
It came later. Oh, yes.
So this report you're getting now is our visits between July 1st and July 31st. We made 6 monthly site visits during this period. We had 0 follow-up visits during the month of July. We checked with 247 workers for their residency. We had 12 issues of non-compliance. Those were all out of area. Those are on the St. John Fisher project, and part of that project commenced prior to the application. So there were some contractors that were out of area. All those contractors are finished completely with their scope. There was 1 new sign delivered, and that was to the St. John Fisher project.
What do you do with the 12 non-compliant?
So obviously that was my first visit to the project site. We checked every single person in the project. That's when I realized that there were 3 out of area companies. And because they had started several months before I first got to the site, after it was recently approved, we had a conversation. I spoke with Robin and Anna about that, and they determined that because of when it was actually approved and when all these subs were originally hired, that it was not an issue.
All right.
Any other questions?
Any other questions for Kevin?
Okay, have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Grab some lunch before you go.
I had Boston bagels.
All right. Finance report, Greg?
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Financials through July 31st, 2024. Again, continue on a strong financial position. Our cash accounts really represent the 2, our checking account and our savings account, or our money market account, which are both interest bearing, which are about $800,000, and then we have some, there's some money in there, about $500,000 in our micro loan program to fund those application requests. You can see our IDC Treasury investments. Again, we haven't had anything new in the past few months. We do have approximately 9 different T-bills, notes, generally expiring every 3 months. The next one expiring is October of 24, and we are out into April of 2026. And that rate is about 4.38. Continuing to look at, get the rates every single week, and if there's obviously some excess cash, we'll look to continue to go through our process of laddering those, into our portfolio. Everything else from the balance sheet is very consistent and to budget and expectations. You can see our revenue and our expenses are pretty much holding steady to what we had budgeted. A couple different variations in there. Generally on the bank or investment income, the interest, I think we have more excess working capital than we had anticipated. That's why that's a little bit in excess of what we had budgeted. And then our micro loan grant income is down to what we had budgeted. Just, again, the loans just aren't getting out fast enough, but I think they've picked up in the last few months, and hopefully we'll continue to see that with some of the advertising that we're doing. So more to come on that. And then the 200,000 approximately in the revenue other is the bond fee that was closed out in the past few months. Everything else is to budget. Our expenses are tracking to what we had budgeted for, just some different classifications. The economic development, I think, and you're going to hear from some of the, I think, folks here, but again, we had budgeted for most of these programs. Just, I think timing is really where we're a little bit behind, but that'll make up through the end of the year. Overall, a very strong year, and continue to press forward and looking for close out the next 5 months pretty strong.
Any questions for Greg?
So the economic development are these types of
Yes.
programs that we're talking
Yep.
about today?
Yep.
Any questions for Greg? Well, I wasn't hoping that you would give such a bright picture here, because we've got some program requests, and it would be impossible for us to say no, because they just heard that we're very soft. So, if there's no questions for Greg, what we're gonna do is, we've got 3 organizations here with requests. And the first that is up is Rock with Your Hands, Bob Court. He's been with us, I don't know how many years, but
This will be our third.
is Carrie here with us?
Carrie did not make it. no.
Okay, all right. You're on.
All right.
You don't need music, right?
No, but I do have a quick video to demonstrate to everybody. So hi, my name is Bob Coyne. I'm the Executive Director of the Rochester Technology and Manufacturing Association. Over the last 6 or 7 years, we've made a vast shift in our purpose and made a major impact in workforce development. We are a group sponsor for the New York State Registered Apprenticeship Programs in the Finger Lakes region. In 2019, we created a Finger Lakes Youth Apprenticeship Program, and we were told by everybody that we still needed to reach the students younger, because by the time they were in 11th or 12th grade, they either had already made their minds up or they were already lost in the system. So in 2021, we launched the Rock With Your Hands, and Comida has been a part of that. So I do have a quick, about 1 minute and 30-second video that kind of sums it up, and then I'll be able to answer any questions after you get a chance to see the video.
We have hundreds of thousands of openings just in our region alone in the manufacturing space, but a lot of people don't know these opportunities exist.
I think events like this are good because it gives the students more exposure. They get an idea of what positions are available, and also get to meet a lot of local companies that are looking to employ them.
And this is a collaborative approach. You can't do this by yourself. We are so happy that we doubled the number of students from last year. What a great accomplishment, and what a great opportunity for us.
This was our first year participating in Rock With Your Hands. This was a great way to see a very, very big group of local high school students and get them excited about manufacturing. The kids were amazing. They were super excited and very engaged.
It's important to show the kids manufacturing because it's a great industry to be in, especially right now. Trades are great, you learn new skills, and the on-the-job training is really great as well.
Manufacturing is something that is going to be here forever, and it's so cool for them to see where the products they use come from.
Rock With Your Hands gives people the opportunity to see what is out there, but also to experience it firsthand. So hopefully they will be able to take advantage of these opportunities as they continue to present themselves for possible careers.
So as you can see by the video, it was a great success. We had 1,500 students, which was more than double the previous year. We don't expect to see that kind of growth only because we can't handle much more than 1,500 students in a given day. But we do anticipate the same level of student participation. We currently have 45 vendors signed up for this year and 40 volunteers. So things are moving along rather well. The total budget for this is around $52,000, and the ask for Comida is for $10,000 as it was last year.
And you use that money, to feed and do all that
Yep,
other stuff?
we give the kids breakfast and lunch. We feed the vendors. There's no cost for anybody to attend this. We feel it's so important that youth get exposed and educated in these careers that we don't want cost to be a barrier for them to be able to see the different opportunities that are out there. So We have to rent tables and chairs. We rented a tent last year for one of the areas that was outside in case of rain. We have a plan B where we can put them underneath the stadium around the bleachers, but the one area, the heavy equipment, is outside by the scoreboard, so we had to rent a tent in case it rained. We could put them under there as well. So the money goes for tables and chairs, feeding the students, and they get a swag bag so that when they go around to all the different employers, they can put their little gadgets and widgets that they get from there in a bag.
Any questions for Bob? Okay, that sounds pretty good. You want to stay around?
I think I'll go back to work. Thank you very much, everybody. Great program, thank you.
Next, we have the Rochester Museum and Science Center's Career Ladder Program. I think Iran, Joel, and Gabrielle, and Gavin are here, right?
Yes.
Do you all do this as a choir? Or
Or SATV. So I'm Aaron DeMercy. I'm the Education Director at the Museum and Science Center. I have my colleagues here with me. We have Joel Picard. He's the Director of the Museum Experiences on the floor. So all the stuff that happens on the floor of the museum. And then we have two of our participants in our Career Ladder program, Gabrielle Hevey and Gavin Jonette. And they are both going to talk in a little bit about their experiences in the program. Thank you, Allison, for putting the slides up. I'll have Joel start off with a bit of background about the program and some specs about it. We'll run through this really quick. We'll hear from Gabrielle and Gavin. And then I'm happy to revisit kind of the details of our ask and what our expansions are that we hope to achieve this year. This will be the fourth year, hopefully, of support from this program. And I also want to thank Anna so much for kind of reopening the conversation about funding this program. It's been a really amazing, life-changing program for us at the museum as staff and for our visitors and our participants. So we're really excited to be able to revisit this conversation with you all. Joel, do you want to start off?
Sure, yeah. We'll start with the first slide here, Career Ladder Origins and Evolutions. We can go to the next slide. A little wordy here, but the Career Ladder is an inclusive and diverse workforce for the region's STEM industries. We've removed age limits, and it used to be just like high school and college, but some people might apply who haven't worked before as an adult or were out of the workforce for whatever reason or trying to come back, they're more than welcome to apply. It's the first employment experience for most of our younger participants. We offer mentorship, coaching, professional learning, and life skills, designed to serve many career trajectories in the STEM field based mostly. We're learning skills like attendance, teamwork, functional literacy, professional communications, understanding and communicating STEM concepts, public speaking, problem solving, and STEM lab skills, and identifying goals, self-advocacy, career planning, and pursuing opportunities for advancement or educational enrichment. There's no official graduation, but they usually, I would say close to 100% of them the younger folks go to college or graduate from college that I've heard from in my career doing this. Next slide. It builds a more inclusive and diverse workforce for the region's STEM industries. Attendance, teamwork, functional literacy, professional communication, understanding STEM concepts. This is already did this part. Next one, please. Diverse, the participants in Career Ladder, they change over time in different years, but diverse in race and ethnicity. They're asking the city or county to apply. Most are younger, 16 to 22. I think 16 is the youngest minimum age. And they're mostly students, and we've got diverse genders and identities. And you can see in the graph that it's male,
Joe, not to interrupt you, how long have you been doing this? We've seen you a few times.
last year's my first time.
Is it
Yeah.
last year?
Yeah.
Okay, it was last year, okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, Joel's
remember
been
you
with RMSC for a while, but
I
he's,
started as a volunteer and then was on the force. I actually worked in a job that is identical to what Career Ladder does, except as an adult.
And you sort of supervise the program?
Yeah, I've had a couple of promotions now. I'm like in charge of.
Well, we're gonna ask them how you're doing.
Okay. I want to know.
Joel is an amazing mentor to the Career Ladder participants and just goes above and beyond to make sure that they.
Well, we're gonna hear from them. We're gonna have them swear on a stack of lines.
Yeah. So you have the job duties, basically on a day-to-day basis, and long-term are setting up and running the vendor center, which is our we have a third floor area where we have a challenge that changes every 3 months or something, where they have to interact with the visitors to teach them how to create a vehicle or a wind turbine or something. So they have to be really right with the people, giving them direction and stuff. They give science demonstrations every day, several times a day, of different kinds of like invisibility or what's something other ones? I'm sorry. Water pressure, air pressure, things like that. They do 3D printing demonstrations daily. We have seen that image, the science on the sphere. They give presentations on that, about earthquakes. It's live data coming in from NOAA and NASA that they can manipulate and show the visitors. They interact with visitors on the floor if people have questions about any of our many exhibits or directions to the bathrooms or the elevator or or food or anything. They take care of the gallery spaces, cleaning up after the visitors if they don't put the stuff back, and they have recently been taken over the Cove Survey, which is like national museum surveys of what kind of people come and what they want, what they like at the museums. And they have occasional webinars, readings, workshop meetings, and they facilitate programs. Next slide. Please. We have a ton of programs every year. Some are specific, some happen every year, every month. Some are only happen once. But the direct interactions with visitors provide unforgettable hands-on STEM experiences that change with the seasons and the occasion. They've done everything from Juneteenth, Black Video Game Designer Activity, LGBTQ plus scientist spotlights, the virtual reality, running virtual reality for the gala, for the Wonders of Water openings and things like that, and some space-related things at the planetarium. Next slide. Earlier this year, we had the huge solar eclipse event, and that was like literally the day after the Career Ladder also facilitated the spring break program. So thousands of kids for spring break, thousands and thousands and thousands of people for straight in that basically 8 days straight. And they were just amazing, no complaints, they loved it. They created chalk images for the eclipse, astronaut obstacle course, pinhole eclipse viewers, braille and tactile sun and astronomy maps, nice net astronomy kits, and the special science on a sphere program. Next slide, building. We have a monthly meeting with the Career Ladder and some of the other floor staff, but they've also done tabling. Some of them done tabling at Maker Fair and science fairs and things like that to let people know about our great museum. Then we have a monthly meeting where I try to get a guest every time, but we can also have in-house trainings. They do trainings for anti-harassment, sensory inclusivity, emergency preparedness, and I've had recent speakers from RIT about microplastic pollutions, the EPA about invasive species. Someone came in and taught me how to do the codes that I mentioned earlier. Autism Up, recognizing neurodiverse visitors. Air pollution sensors from the UVAR and paleontology talk about mass extinction. Yeah, so final thoughts. Career Ladder is a critical part of RMSC's community. Builds the economic resiliency and STEM career readiness of our workforce. Participants and graduates from the Career Ladder are both learners and role models to others, championing lifelong learning and the lasting benefits of curiosity, critical thinking, and service learning. Their experiences in the program encourage the pursuit of careers in STEM fields for everyone. Watching them shine inspires others. Our staff is extremely grateful for MCIDC's support in the past, present, and future. Thank you.
Thank you. How are we on time? Do we have a minute to hear from Gabrielle and?
Well, that's
who
what we really want.
Okay, good.
I was trying to get Joel to say.
I rushed through it a little bit because I know you wanted to talk.
Gabrielle, do you want to start us off?
Yeah, I can start off. So my name is Gabrielle, and I've been working at the RMSC as a discovery guide for just over a year now. I'm also a recent graduate of the Monroe Community College with an associate's degree in sustainability. Working at the RMSC has been a great job opportunity, as it has a very flexible schedule, which has allowed me to be employed by also being a full-time student. So as a discovery guide, some of my responsibilities are to ensure that the museum visitor's experience is a positive one. So on a daily basis, what I'm doing is science experiments, 3D print demonstrations, as well as overseeing and interacting the interactive exhibits, such as the Inventor Center. So while working at the RMSC, I have been given the opportunity to work on personal projects as well. So right now I have 2 projects in the works. So the first one is an outside tour of edible plants that can be found just at the museum and other places that you just may pass by on a day-to-day basis without even realizing it. I'm also hoping to develop on a science encounter experiment, which is basically a simple electronic motor. So during my time at the RMSC, I've also had the opportunity to learn about other departments in the museum as well, like exhibits and the planetarium. So, and I have worked on several special events as well. I have started to explore my career options as well, and I have had the opportunity to learn about other internal administrative positions that are available in our education department. So this summer, and in particular, I've enjoyed working with the kids at the Curiosity Camp. So that's been a lot of fun. While working at the museum at RMSC, it has helped me explore new areas that help me and identify and work towards the future of my aspirations. So this fall, I will be continuing to work at the RMSC and begin my bachelor's degree in industrial design. And one of the courses that I will be taking is 3D design, which then directly connects with the 3D printing demos.
Very nice.
So,
Very nice.
yeah. So I hope to share some of what I've been learning with the guests who come into the museum and share my interests in science and sustainability. And that's why I'm so grateful for the opportunity to work at the RMSC.
Yes, very nice, very nice.
Yeah, right into it. The Rochester Museum and Science Center Career Ladder program allowed me to experience working in a scientific and educational field as my first job experience. It's given me valuable communication, problem solving, and interpersonal skills. As a Career Ladder discovery guide, I know I'd be working with science and technology. What I did not know, however, is how big of a role education will play. Science demonstrations like 3D printing or chemistry experiments require educating guests, presenting and explaining scientific concepts. Facilitating programs such as the Eclipse involves working in a team with the RMSC staff. I wasn't able only to learn more about science myself, but also inspire others along the way as a discovery guide. As I transitioned to college, I faced new opportunities like co-ops and new challenges like deciding on a career path. Career Ladder has shown me not just what to do, especially for a first job, but how to do it. After 2 years of the program, I developed essential skills in communication, problem solving, and teamwork. These skills have been invaluable as I navigate college and prepare for a future in microelectronic engineering. That's my degree at RIT.
Okay. Any questions for Gavin and Gabrielle? Well, listen, good luck for the rest of the summer, and when you go back to school, you know?
Yes.
Godspeed.
Yes.
I like to think that showing them how a board meeting works is part of their first job.
Yes, absolutely. Democracy.
And just to give you all a quick run through of the structure of our ask for this year, it is the same as previous years. We are asking for $50,000 to support, the majority going to staff time, payroll, which is always our biggest expense. That will allow us to give more people more hours in the program, more different types of opportunities, like all the different things you saw in there that are included. And then we are asking for $5,000 of that, $50,000 to go towards some materials, including a nice professional cart for those demonstrations out in the lobby when we have this a little dated. And just for the purpose of transparency, we do have some additional support for this program this year. We were very fortunate to receive some support from Amazon. We do believe that is a one-off and will not be happening again. And so we are continuing to build resiliency for this program and long-term sustainable support, which is why we are all here today. And we also received a 5-year, $50,000 a year award from the United Way to support the program as well. So in addition, we are hoping if we are able to receive this support from Comida, that we will expand the number of participants who can be in the program and expand the scope of the program beyond the education department. I've always thought that we should be experiencing other departments at the museum, like the facilities department, which cares for all of our buildings and grounds, helps to build all of the spaces that we use every day and maintain them. And also our guest services department, which is responsible for all of the bookkeeping, registration, all of the retail sales, and caring for our visitors while they're coming and going to the museum. So we would expand that program to include 2 new positions and just up the hours and the number of participants that can be in the program if we do receive the support from Comida. So thank you so much.
You have any questions for us?
I don't think so. We're just really grateful to be back. We weren't sure if we would be able to have this conversation, so we were so grateful to be here and so grateful for the support for the last 3 years that has provided us with this opportunity. It's really been a game changer for us. We used to have like all of the full-time staff at the museum would have to take turns doing the science experiments and stuff because we just weren't able to support that many staff. So it's really amazing. It's a huge mutual benefit for our visitors, for our staff, and for the participants in the program. And the community, yeah. So thank you all so much for listening. I know that was a long one, but we appreciate your time so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll let you know.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you for waiting as well.
Matt, you got an elevator speech?
He said no.
I didn't bring a video, but I can sing it to Glenn. Just kidding. Thank you for entertaining our application again. We've worked with MCIDC and Comida in the county for a number of years to support economic growth, and we believe this is a primary tool to do that. The economic gardening program support will allow us to serve 8 more companies this year. We've had a little bit of loss in funding from some of our other funders, so it's very important to us. And the economic gardening model has led to several business expansion projects in the community. We served 20 companies in the county last year. We're on pace to do the same this year. And the model itself has been written into the Tech Hub as part of the supply chain work that we'll be doing as we bring in those federal funds and help more companies sell into that opportunity as well. I had no idea. Again, we appreciate your support. We work very closely with the MCIDC team and the Comita staff to support local company growth. We're specific. Last year were women and minority-owned firms. We're always recruiting to serve more minority-owned businesses, help them enter new markets, sell outside the region, and grow jobs here. So this is a key effort to do that. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for Matt?
So when people have to apply for this, is that?
Yeah, we do. Part of the staff's role in this is outreach too. So we're contacting folks on the Rochester Top 100 list. We're working with the Small Business Council, Hispanic Business Council, Black Business Council, the procurement opportunities that are going on, both MWBE groups in the city and the county, as well as state lists. So we're doing a lot of proactive outreach to, I guess, recruit companies and make them aware of the opportunity, as well as working with some of our partners that support GRE outside of that.
Yeah, Matt's come to the bank and did presentations.
And so we're always looking, and then we're also reaching out through them. And, it is typically the entrepreneurs are working on their business, not necessarily looking for things like this. So it does take some work to recruit companies and help them understand what economic gardening is and how it could benefit them.
So as a banker, if a business owner comes to the bank and they may be interested in your program, how would they be able to participate?
You could just call us.
Call you
the application is online. We would reach out to them or perhaps visit them, talk about how the program can help them, as well as the other piece that we do is connect them to other resources. So it might be co-ops or RTMA. We work with them all the time. So it helps us get an understanding of what they need to grow, including economic gardening, but also not exclusive to that.
Okay, thanks.
And sometimes, like yesterday, we took a call from a company who had another situation, and they fit right in that cohort,
right.
$1 to $50 million in revenue, 10 to 99 employees. This will help them sell services outside the region.
Okay, thank you.
Do companies apply and get rejected or declined?
We don't really reject. We have had some companies, and we've been doing a lot of work in this space that might be smaller. So they might be under 10 employees or under the $1 million revenue. So we try to work with them on what it would take to get to that level, or sometimes we might accept that application. We've also had companies that are larger. So we don't really reject anyone, especially when we're doing outreach. We're really trying to help them understand what they need to grow, so they might not be ready for us yet, but we hopefully can help them get to that level.
You guys have gotten national recognition for the program,
Yes,
right?
IEDC gave us an award last year.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a good business and economic development speak, business retention and expansion program. And the National Center for Economic Gardening really highlights the work that we do in the region in this program. So it's been well received, and we get good feedback on it.
And we have funded you the last 5 years or so.
Yes. That's really helped us expand it.
I wish it was multi-year funding. You wouldn't have to come here all the time.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
He's a pretty busy guy.
Any questions for Matt?
Yeah,
Well, listen, we'll let you all know our decision within the hour.
Yeah.
So you can excuse yourself or grab your sandwich or whatever.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the business of
Approval.
approval or voting on this.
Great. Thank you.
All right.
Good. Connections happening in real time.
Great job, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so
All right, Aaron.
much. Take care.
All right,
Nice to
Aaron.
meet you all. Thanks so much.
But we're happy to present to you.
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thanks, Matt. We'll see you soon.
So we're gonna do all three of these separate, okay? motion to approve, Rock With Your Hands, for $10,000.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. Motion to approve the, Career Ladders Program at the Rochester Museum and Science Center.
Motion.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, no abstentions. All right. And a motion to approve, the Economic Gardening Program.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. So, this passed. Any other business?
Not today, that I am aware of, unless any board members or staff has anything to bring to the board's attention. We wanted to have that loan teed up for today, but that didn't work out, so.
Yeah, what happened there? Tony, what happened?
Yeah, well, they had two lenders they were looking at, and the other lender is Chase. We don't really have enough detail on the Chase loan situation. They weren't real forthcoming, so I don't know if I don't believe it's a 504.
Okay.
If it is, they're doing it with Pursuit, which I think is what they usually do. But there was, it could be a 7A, which if it was, I'd like to be able to pitch against that.
Most of their work was Pursuit?
Yeah, they don't do anything.
They don't do anything with us?
No,
Why not?
I have no idea.
That's something you should look into though, and
Yeah.
I think we will,
They haven't since I've been here.
yeah.
I have a relationship with I think they're head of their commercial bank over at Chase and can facilitate
Oh, yeah.
introductions.
We would appreciate that, yeah. You can talk to me and Robin
So-
and Tony.
Sounds like we gotta have a little counseling here. We got rejected.
Yeah.
We're in our feelings or something.
Yeah.
What, I mean, it's okay, all right? We get the next person.
Yeah.
We're good? Oh, okay, all right. Well, I guess we can eat. But I did want to say this, is that, these programs are very, very important, for our community. And for us to be able to fund them, at this level, it says a whole lot about us also too. And so I'm glad we're in a position, to do this right here, you know, and that, the Career Ladder, very, very good program. You can see, I don't even know what this guy is going to college for, but whatever it was, it sounded like,
Microelectronics, I think he said.
it sounded like, we're gonna need that in the world.
Yeah.
So, anywhere where we can, contribute to that, it's good, you know, so,
Oh, look at that.
they're right out there. Maybe you can run out there
Yeah.
and let them know
Yeah.
that they got approved.
Share some good news with them in real time.
So,
They're taking a picture in front of the sign, yeah.
we'll see everybody, next week. Make a motion to adjourn this here, and, please, let's eat.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. I'll have a dashboard report at
He
next
still
month's
wants the
meeting.
motion.
Yeah, motion.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All right.